My channel has inadvertently become a place that is basically given war zone in the comment section as we are approaching the Tyler Perry Sistas season 7 mid-season finale, which will be episode 11. There is so much talk about Daniela and how she went against Karen's wishes and brought Fatima to this Sistas meetup, and they are actually about to go at it, which we get to see in the trailer. And of course, I've talked about it, and y'all feel very strongly. So in this video, I wanted to discuss Daniela and Fatima specifically, since some of y'all are just such staunch advocates for this friendship. How will it actually work? What's good, y'all? It's your good sis, Erica Vane, coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Sistas video. And as I mentioned, we're going to get into Daniela and Fatima and their potential friendship. I personally believe they don't have much of nothing in common, and I'm going to explore that in this video. Feel free to jump down in the comment section, keep it respectful, and share your thoughts so that we can go ahead and make this a dialogue about this. But I really just felt called to make this video because there are too many people, I feel, that are advocately like, Daniela can have the friends that she wants to have. Oh my God, Karen is just the big meanie. Karen is so nasty and so nasty and so rude. Argument points that were never made. I really have not even addressed the whole Fatima-ness of it all. My biggest issue when it comes to Daniela versus Karen in this particular moment is that Danni is disloyal, period. She's putting her so-called friend, quote unquote sister, in a very awkward position, knowing exactly how she feels, but she has no problem validating the feelings of Fatima. And I'm not saying that she can't validate the feelings of Fatima, but it's very interesting that you have figured out a way to try to be a good friend to a woman that you have just met, and you can't figure out how to be a good friend, a consistent friend to a woman that you have known for 20 years. It's giving weirdo behavior, but we're going to go ahead and talk about it. Now, the title of this video includes that Daniela and Fatima have nothing in common. And I do have a little caveat. I do have a little except, right? The exceptions are that Zach uses you both. And the second exception is when Fatima decides to embrace her inner bird. Those are the only two times that she actually has anything in common with Daniela King. Fatima actually has ambitions. Let's go ahead and ignore the fact just for a second that she is putting those ambitions on the back burner for this goofy ass relationship and this toxic ass love, but she has them. Before she was in this romantic relationship, she had her own place, paid for, the condo. She has a career that she actually enjoys. She was pursuing higher education. She was in control of her dating life and not letting these niggas put her through the ringer. She was actually moving with a lot of confidence and self-esteem. Daniela don't know what that is, okay? So for all of y'all are so advocates, like staunch advocates for Danni and Fatima being friends, like I really want us to take some time and think about what that's going to look like, because at best, Daniela will benefit from being in Fatima's proximity. Fatima's going to get absolutely nothing from this. And I feel like we got a preview of this in the episode 9 when we got to see them sit down and over wine and talk as Daniela was waiting for Rich, Tony, and Sabrina to come and join them for their little double date. So Fatima is actually there. She's blowing off a little bit of steam. She's feeling the way about Zach and the twins and yada yada. And I have already said this, but Fatima, girl, you were a day late and a dollar short. Zach has been not validating your feelings. He has been not listening to what you need. He has been not showing up for you. The problem is you have made that the norm in y'all's relationship because you have not called for it prior to now. Now we're in a circumstance where this is literally not about you, and you can't make it about you, and you want to put your foot down and you want him to think about you. And this is not the time to do it. The time to do it was times ago. Season 1 of Fatima, season 2 of Fatima, season 3, 4, 5 of Sistas. Any of those times could have been great times, but now that we're focusing on these damn twins, you are not the priority, and that just is what it is. That's no shade or no hate to Fatima. That's just, again, calling it what it is. Is she still valid in her feelings? Yes, she is, but I do think that she's carrying a lot of animosity and a lot of resentment from previous things, and this just becomes yet another thing. The twins and Karen specifically becomes yet another thing that Zach is doing, and something that she is suffering consequences for in reference to being in a relationship with him, and she literally has no control over it. And to feel anguish, to feel anxiety, to feel annoyance about it, it makes sense. However, she also can't hold Zach to, prioritizing her when right now the priority is getting these damn twins here safely. Daniela, you can sit and listen to Fatima say this all you want, and you could tell her that her feelings are valid, but you are not in this type of relationship. Every relationship that you have had, you have created distance, you have created anxiety, you have created conflict in. You do not sacrifice nothing for these niggas. You do not work hard at nothing in these relationships with these niggas. All you care about is the penis. Like, let's be clear. Yes, Zach is slinging it how he's slinging it, but Fatima is putting in work in her relationship. You don't know nothing about that. So, like, let's not act like you are on Fatima's level and or you are operating in the world as a woman like Fatima is when you're not. And honestly, it's not even that great that she does it because, again, she's sacrificing herself in doing it. However, if Fatima's at a toxic level in reference to self-sacrificing and completely losing herself in a relationship, you are in the pits of hell, honey, because you are nowhere even near that. And not that that's something to aspire to, but it's something. Every bit of conflict, aside from the ultimatum, because I'm never going to take that ultimatum onto her bill when it came to Preston. Preston lost my ass with that, and I will forever hold that over his head. But every relationship that we have seen in reference to her having a mutual relationship, Daniela has torpedoed that relationship. She has found problems. She has created conflict. She has not been able to move with any type of emotional intelligence and or effective communication in those relationships. Those are her faults. And yes, Fatima has her things, and she's not always 100% right when it comes to Zach, but most of the time, her ass is. Aside from when she's exacting her feelings because she feels, a little bit too jealous when it comes to Karen, there's a lot of times where she's 100% right. Like, Zach don't talk. Zach don't communicate. And she's also enabling Zach. Again, you don't know that life. Stop pretending like you know that life. I think that Daniela sees Fatima and she, like, low-key idolizes her. Yes, she's cute. Yes, men love her. And, she's sexy or whatever. She got a little career going. She moved about the world in a certain way. She came to her rescue at that very tumultuous time. There's a ton of reasons why Daniela would like Fatima. But the things I think that y'all are missing is, like, why would Fatima gravitate to a girl like Daniela? She does not bring anything to the friendships. And we have seen that play out within the sisters. Within the sister circle, we have watched them complain or comment on the fact that Daniela, doesn't pay for her meals, invites them out specifically so that she can mooch off of them and they have to pay for everything. Oh my God, multiple times in multiple episodes, we've seen her go to the grocery store with Sabrina. She fills Sabrina card up with her groceries. And she's talking about I can't buy groceries because I gotta buy weed. Ma'am, you ran up Karen's credit card bill, her Amazon bill without actually asking for any of those things. And in that moment, Karen didn't even say boo. Like, it's normal. They expect for you to do that, to use them in this way. And they have not said boo about it. But y'all want to get on the internet and be howling and screaming about how Karen is so nasty and so rude. Meanwhile, Daniela is a self-destructive, narcissistic, insecure, raggedy hoe. Like, be for real. I'm gonna need y'all to do that. Let me get back on focus. All right. Going back to the moment where Fatima was talking about Zach doesn't take her feelings seriously or into consideration, and Danny affirms her, and this is how it goes.
Just make sure Zach validates your feelings because they're valid. This is a lot for anyone, and that's a lot of kids.
You can see that Daniela feels like, oh, me too. She doesn't say me too, but you can see she feels that. And I'm just like, girl, you're lying to Fatima in this moment, and you're lying to yourself because Tony literally considers your feelings. Tony literally checks in on you. You are only in therapy right now because Tony put that ball in motion. Be clear. Any type of minuscule growth or efforts that we have seen on the path of growth for you have come by way of your romantic partners putting certain things out there in the air. There are plenty of things that Preston put out there in the air and you didn't even ever address. So again, your Fatima struggle is not your struggle. Your struggle is 100% within yourself. Her struggle is definitely with Zach. Now, later on in that conversation, she lies to Fatima and says that Tony didn't even talk to her about it. After Fatima's like, oh, they popped up and you didn't even get no warning.
Which is what he has not talked to me about yet.
That's not good.
Oh, there he is.
I am so over this whole fake. Daniela's completely in anguish because Tony's kids are here to live with him and she don't know if she wants kids, and she don't know if she can deal with it. You knew that he had kids from the jump. You sit up here and told Fatima that he never talked to you about it. He literally told you, like, you knew what it was when you got with me. That's it. Now you going to choose to be here or you not. So why are we episodes later, you sitting over here lying to the team talking about something he never said anything to you about it? Maybe he ain't have an extended conversation because there's nothing to talk about. There's no alternatives. His kids are coming to live with him. They are his biological children. Their mother is being deployed. Where the hell else do you think that they're supposed to go? What is there to talk about? Not a damn thing. No, y'all both did not marry sperm, or y'all both did not get romantically engaged with sperm banks. Zach might be a sperm bank, but your man actually was married. had 2 kids out of love in a marriage, a full family. Again, Fatima's struggle is not Daniela's struggle, and Daniela needs to be for real. Y'all don't have nothing in common.
Got a lot in common.
Yeah, we're both dating sperm banks.
That's right. Oh my goodness.
Also, I want to note how Daniela mentioned to Fatima that she wanted the relationship to go how it's been going, because Carisha was like, well, just focus on how you want the relationship to go. So you wanted the relationship to go how it been going. You didn't want him to have any kind of closeness with his kids. You are not happy that his kids are actually in the same city as him, and that he's actually being able to get a little bit more FaceTime and build an even stronger connection with his kids because they're no longer far away. He's not a long distance dad. You also want to go back to the relationship where you didn't even know that your man that you have been sleeping in the same bed with for 3 months is in therapy. You don't know much of nothing about this man on a deeper level. Your whole relationship is shallow talk and sex, and that's all you wanted for the perpetuity of y'all's relationship. Tony, when I tell you, you need to run, because Daniela ass is not it. Daniela needs to find a buddy and be done with it. I have said this in so many videos, and at this point I am nauseated by continuing to repeat it, but Daniela does not want nothing good out of life. Daniela does not know her worth, and at this point I'm starting to understand how you don't know your worth, because it's giving you worthless, honey. And I hate even saying that about a woman. I really am like conflicted with saying that about a woman, because I just hate the idea of that. But like, what do you want? What are you aspiring to? Who do you believe yourself to be? Because the person that is on display, Daniela, is disgusting, honey. It is disgusting. Barely have any loyalty to your friends. You damn sure don't have no loyalty to yourself, but you want to talk big and bad. Oh, I'm cute. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. Meanwhile, you behave like the bird that you actually are. You behave like someone who actually doesn't believe any of those things that she's saying. You behave like someone who actually sees no future in themselves. All you concern yourself with is dick, alcohol, and weed. And if that's y'all story in y'all ministry, I'm so sorry that this sounds really, really bad, but I just don't understand it, honey. I don't. And I'm not probably going to be the person to understand it. There's going to be somebody out there for you to talk to or whatever. I don't understand it, and I can't respect it. And I can't respect it, not because that's what you're choosing to like do with your life, because if you're just existing, sometimes that's how it go. We go through seasons where we don't have ambitions, or we don't have any goals, or we don't have this, or we don't have that. I honestly would not have a problem with Daniela coasting and having a meaningless ass life and having no purpose and no drive if she wasn't also basically being destructive to other people as she goes along. So when you find yourself in community and friendship with people, then you have a certain responsibility to those people. And your responsibility is to have their best interests at heart. Your responsibility is to honor them and to not betray them. And to be a woman who can validate Fatima's feelings and, oh, Zach needs to consider you because your feelings are valid regardless of what's going on. But you can't understand and validate your friend's feelings because you don't like her in this moment, or because you're judging her for getting pregnant by 1 or 2 men, or maybe both, or because she has already been given so much and you've already had animosity and jealousy for her that's probably been deep-seated since y'all first met, and now you're finally getting a chance to kick her ass when she's down. That's the part that really draws like out to me questioning Daniela's worthiness. Again, it's less about her not having nothing and not wanting nothing, and more about this bleakness that she has, this dark shadow that she has, this cloud that is following her around her life. She is allowing it to also affect how she interacts with the people that she quote unquote loves. And that's the I can't respect. That's the I can't deal with. It's one thing for you to choose certain things and to not have or whatever in your life, but then to let that leak over and let that make your friends or your sister, quote unquote sister, stress, or put you in a position to talk bad about this person or to judge this person. Meanwhile, they have been there for you in your lowest of times, your lowest of lows. They are buying your groceries, paying your Amazon bill, maybe paying your light. Like, they're doing all of these things for you, allowing you to talk crazy to them, because Sabrina has been taking the brunt of your bullshit for the last 5 seasons. You have been disrespectful to Sabrina just casually, because it's fun to make fun of her dreams and who she's into and what she like. It's fun to taunt Sabrina. Like, when I tell y'all, no, none of y'all are going to convince me that Daniela is a good friend, and it's not even at its core about how she's particularly acting with Karen, even though this is the focal point right now. She has not been a good friend to none of these hoes. None of them. And y'all trying to partner her off with Fatima is not going to save her ass. It's just going to give her another person to leech off of, because again, they don't have nothing in common. And I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, y'all. Let me know your thoughts. It's a little bit all over the place, but those are my like musings about this whole thing. I really believe that they don't have anything in common, and everybody that's going so hard for the Danni and Fatima friendship, you really don't like Fatima. You want her to take on another person that's going to leech, mooch, and benefit off of being in proximity to her, but she's going to get absolutely nothing off the back end except for you go girl, you so cute, and that ain't enough, and we ain't gonna be able to make it enough. It's your good sis you love to talk TV with. If you haven't already and you are respectful, responsible, and got some good sense, hit that subscribe button for me pretty please so that you don't miss out on any of my sisters content and conversations. I will put up the next video that I think that you should also check out because we're having a ton of conversations. We're coming into the mid-season finale. We don't know how long we're gonna be on hiatus, but there's a lot of things to talk about within the Sistas universe, and you know your good sis got you.